and welcome to another fabulous episode of the Pizza Whisperer. I'm going to try and go a little above and beyond on this episode. We're going to make garlic knots, which I've never actually made before, but I've been watching some other YouTubers, and I think I'm going to put together the best bits of like 4 or 5 different folks I saw that made some really yummy looking garlic knots. But you can't have those alone. I'm going to get some of my basic red sauce to dip them in, and I'm just about done, or about ready to pull off some beautiful Italian ribs off the smoker. I found this great Dijon rosemary rub. I usually go, traditional like barbecue sauce, barbecue type of rub, but I wanted to do something that would go good with garlic knots, so that's what I came up with. We'll do a little salad on the side there, and let's get started by making them knots. Okie dokie, we got a lot of goodies for this one. We're going to start just by kind of turning this into a long roll, and then we'll turn them into knots, bake those guys up, and then we're going to coat them with, I've got maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons here. Most of the folks I saw, they were going olive oil, all olive oil. I want some buttery action in there. So I've got some clarified butter in here, probably about 1/3 of a cup there. I've got 6 big heads of fresh garlic, finely minced, half a shallot, finely minced. I think that's about a cup of freshly shaved Parmesan, some Italian parsley, red pepper flakes, a little kosher salt. Let's get down to Garlic Knot Town. All right, so we got a nice large size dough ball here, maybe a little extra large. This, I didn't really pay attention when I was dividing the last batch of dough into 4 chunks, and I believe this was by far the biggest. Right, so a lot of techniques I saw on how to make these things. Some people would cut little strips. I saw this one guy that kind of did this thing, and he looked like he's lived in New York and has been making New York style pizza for about 60 years. So we're going to go with that guy's method. He just kind of did this. And then from there, a couple different methods to actually knot these things up. But saw a few folks that did just kind of like, almost like you're tying a water balloon. So that's what we'll attempt to do here. Right, so they would just cut off a chunk here. And by the way, we do have some pre-parchment paper lined things. So we're going to go like that, break that off, try and tuck that up in the middle, and there's a garlic knot. All right, that didn't look too hard. Uno, dos, snapperoo, tuckaroo. Woo, voila, we got a garlic knot. All right, so I won't bore you with a whole ton more of these, but that's basically what we're going to roll with here. So I'm going to do up the rest of this, and we'll let it rest. It's a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm going to stick this out in the sunshine, cover it with a lint-free towel, moistened, leave it out there 45 minutes, maybe an hour tops, and then we'll throw it in a 425-degree oven for 10-15 minutes. And we'll working on that. We're going to slowly heat up that oil and that ghee and get that garlic and shallot and all the other goodies to kind of take hold and flavor up that oil. Okay, our knots have been sitting out in the hot Pacific Northwest sun. Uh-oh, one of them got stuck. Been sitting out in that sun for about a good 45 minutes, and they've almost doubled in size, which is kind of what we're looking for. So let's hit them with just a little bit of olive oil, and then we'll go right into that 425-degree oven. We'll see how we're looking in, say, about 15 minutes. Should do it, 15, 20, somewhere around there. And while that's going, let's work on getting that kind of garlicky, buttery, olive oil, Italian parsley, Parmesan, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. Let's get that going. That's what's really, really going to bring it on home, I think. Okay. Knots, that was about 12, 13 minutes. So we didn't need a full 15, and those look about perfect. Light and fluffy, a little crispy on the outside. So hopefully they won't get too soggy once we soak them in butter. Okay. And here we go. Some nice hot garlicky butter olive oil mixture. All right, so let's throw some Italian parsley in there. little parm to get started, but we're just going to start dumping these guys in while they're nice and hot. Woo, hot potatoes. All right, let's just toss them around. Uh-oh, I'm going to make a mess. Let me get some tongs. And we'll just gently toss. Okay, oh my God, that smells so good. All right, our ribs have been resting about an hour and 15 minutes, so they're ready. Our mac and cheese is done. We got a salad ready to go. And we got some really good looking garlic nuts. All right, so let's let those soak for a minute while we do up the ribs. And then we'll plate these guys, top them with Parmesan, and go to town on them. Let's see what we've got cooking in here. Oh, that smells so good. So I found this amazing Dijon rosemary rub. Normally I'm kind of like a barbecue rub, barbecue sauce type of thing with the ribs, but we're going to finish this off with some nice Italian dressing. I'm going to hit it once now. These guys have been in here humming at 225 for about exactly 5 hours. We're going to hit them once, let it go for 15 minutes. I turned the temp down to 180. Come back and do this one more time in about 15 minutes and let that go for 15 more minutes. And then we'll wrap these guys up in parchment, let them rest while we make some delicious, nutritious garlic knots. All right, we got a nice rack of baby back ribs. Been resting for about an hour and 15 minutes. Well, we got some of this other stuff going. Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. All righty, let's slice into these guys. Never tried this rub before, so we're kind of experimenting. Oh, always easier this way. Oh, that's so tender. I have been slacking on the smoker. I've been making so much pizza, I nearly forgot about my love for smoked goods. But summer is here. There will be much more. I'm gonna have to do up some beef jerky again soon. By the way, smoker's not a bad way to cook your pizza. If you don't have like a real pizza kit, a pizza oven, but you do happen to have a smoker, try throwing a pizza stone in there. Heat up your stone good first. Crank up your smoker as high as it will go. And then give it a whirl. All right, let's try this piece. Oh. Holy cow, that's good stuff. All right, let's flip these little buddies. Oh, it's just falling apart. That's good stuff. Oh my God, that's good. Again, usually like just a traditional barbecue, but this is pretty good. So we're gonna hit it one more time with a little Italian vinaigrette. This is kind of a Parmesan Italian vinaigrette. So we're gonna give it a little cheesy weezy flavor, I guess. Okay. Ribs. All right, so we're gonna have garlic knots with a little bit of basic red sauce for dipping. We're gonna do Italian ribs. We're gonna have a fresh garden salad, and we need a starch. So we're gonna go with a kind of a cross between cheesy Alfredo and mac and cheese. Right, kind of an Italian mac and cheese, if you will. Right, so we got some nice hot oil. A little kosher salt. Little fresh black pepper. There we go, a generous amount. I like a lot of pepper, so I'm gonna put a lot of pepper in there. Okie dokie. Now, not as much I would do with like a normal Alfredo, but we're gonna give her a little bit of garlic and onion. Actually, shallots, I should say, shallots and onion. All right, we're on kind of a medium heat here. Should have been. We are now. A little higher than I wanted. All right, so we'll keep an eye on this. We'll get some chicken stock in here to deglaze in a second. Oh, good heavens, I'm ill prepared with the chicken stock. Let's find some. it's okay. I found the chicken stock. All right, we'll let that go a little bit longer. And you know, a lot of folks will do this with the roux. I just want that creamy goodness. So I'm going to use heavy cream. We're going to reduce that just a little bit, not as much as an Alfredo, because with all that cheese in there, it's going to thicken up pretty darn good on its own. Okay, so that's starting to toast up the garlic. We'll give it, I don't know, a few tablespoons, quarter cup of chicken stock there. All right. Let the garlic and the shallots and the chicken stock become good buddies. Okay. We'll let that go a little bit longer, and then we'll add some heavy cream. We'll let that reduce on like a medium-low heat for a few minutes. And then we'll start folding in all the cheesy goodness. Look at all that. We're going to get real good and cheesy. Oh, and look at all that fresh shaved Parmesan. Good. All right. All right, that's been reducing for about 2 or 3 minutes. Let's add some heavy cream. Let's break into the next bottle, I guess. A little more cream. That much. I think that's a cup and a half, maybe, somewhere around there. See, I don't measure too well when I'm doing sauce. The nice thing about cream sauce, if you're looking a little thin, just add a little more cream. If you've reduced too far, add a little more cream. It'll be a-okay, I promise. All right, so we're going to let that reduce for a little bit, and then we'll start folding that cheese in. All right, we've let that reduce for about 5 minutes on low heat. I think we are probably going to need a little more cream, but let's start folding in some cheese. A little bit at a time. And I've got the heat all the way down to low. Come on, welcome to the party, goodies. Let's get some of that fresh shaved parm in there. I'm going to save most of the parm to put on top, but we'll throw a little bit into the sauce too. Okay, noodles are done. Let's get a little more cheese in there. Start draining the noodles. Oh yeah, we're already starting to thicken up. Okay. All right, basically we're just going to continue that until we get all the cheese in here and then take it off the flame. And all right, let's fold in the rest of the cheese. Then we'll fold in our noodles, and this is just going to continue to thicken up as it kind of cools down. Once we get this off the flame, starts cooling down. But you really want to keep stirring while you're folding that cheese in there. Otherwise, you could run the risk of having a big old blob in there, having it break, and you wind up with kind of really oily stuff. Nobody got no time for that. Oh, that's cheesy goodness right there. Oh yeah, okay, let's fold in some noodles. Oh wait, we got a little bit of cheese left over here. Let's not forget about those good buddies. Okay. And we've decided to go with the rotini or fusilli, whatever you call it. The Twisty Boys. We're going to mix those in. Oh, that's real soupy. But we're just going to cover this now. Let it sit aside. thicken up a little bit while we work on. Oh my goodness, look at that cheesy goodness. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, we'll see you back in a few. We're gonna get down to Garlic Knot Town now. Alrighty, ribs are good. These guys look pretty amazing. Oh my goodness, look at all that. Wow, there's a lot of leftover goodies. Let's just throw it on there and slap it on there. Smack. You look like you need more garlic. Okay, that ought to do it. Now, let's parm these guys up. Leave a little on the side. Oh, those look magnificent. Well, well, well. Pizza Whisperer's got himself a fine looking meal. We've got our Italian cheesy mac. Garlic knots we've tried for the first time. I think they're going to be delicious. Italian ribs, and we got a little basic red to dip those knots in, and a nice fresh garden salad with lettuce fresh out of my backyard. Let's give it a try. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's try these garlic knots. Oh, they're still crispy. You can feel they're light and fluffy on the inside, but crispy on the out. Oh man, that's just like some of the best garlic knots I've had at some of the best New York style pizza restaurants. That's good stuff. Oh man. So garlicky. Oh, it's got a nice crunch to it too. Okay. Let's bust into these ribs. Oh my god. So tender. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Got these on rosemary rub. Along with that Italian dressing, that's a nice way to do ribs. That's not going to be the last time we do that around here. Okay. Extra cheesy mac and cheese. We're going to fatten up a little bit today. Y'all have a great day. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Maybe subscribe if you think it's worthwhile. Toodles!